Morning folks, Ariel over here. A little update on our chicks. This is early in the morning on day 5 of their lives since they have hatched, and this is what I've been doing every day since the first day after they were all out of their shells. No, you're not going in there. I'm seeing if I can film this with the door open so you can see what Mama is doing with her babies. This, of course, is the little chicken, one of the 2 little chicken tractors that I'd made last year. You probably saw that. Had lots of babies in it last year, and it's working to be a really good chicken playpen for her and the babies. So they're still spending their time in the same crate that she hatched them in at night, and that way nobody can bug them at night. And then every morning, I just carry the whole crate with everybody inside out here and close this door when I'm not trying to let you see through it. It's kind of hard with the light being so bright this morning, but it works pretty well because they've got a spot where they can get in the shade, can get in the sun, they can get out of the wind, they can go back in their crate and cuddle up in their, bedding that they're familiar with when they want to. They've got food and water, and Mama has been so busy teaching them to... You gotta come here too, because you can't go in either and mess with the chicks. And she shows them individual grains of, here I found this treasure. Look, chicks, this is a good thing. You should eat this. Burley is he's very motherly for a male dog, and he with like their mother and her siblings when they were little, he likes to just lay here beside them and keep an eye on them and supervise them. Not sure exactly what the kittens want to do with them. She's pretty protective. You get close to her hen or her chicks and she poofs up like a little lion and comes after you. And the hens have always chased the cats off when they wanted to, but I'm not sure that the cats wouldn't try to go after a little tiny chick. So another reason they are staying in here during the day. But we do have 9 chicks. I saw a handful of folks counted the whole way to 9 in the last video. You can see her here scratching open dirt and showing them how you do this, and they seem to all be very inquisitive about what Mama's doing. So to answer some questions from the last video, we have 9 chicks. There was 10 eggs. All 10 matured right till the last day apparently, because the next morning after everyone else had hatched, there was 1 egg in there, had a fully mature chick in it. It had pipped, which is what it's called when it breaks the first little chip in the shell so it can kind of breathe, and it got to that point, it pipped, and then it just died. When it was obviously dead, I opened the egg to see if I could find any obvious cause, and I couldn't, so I'm not sure what happened to it. Sometimes chicks just don't make it, but we had a 100% fertility rate because she raised all 10 eggs right to hatching day. So we're happy to have 9 healthy little chicks in here, and they are quite a variety of colors. I kind of wish I knew who the mother and father of each one was, but I have no idea. They're very busy little creatures. Several people ask, what do chicks eat? For the first day or so from hatching, actually up to 3 days, do you see that little bluff charge when the cat walked by? Or even Burley? She's making sure no one comes up to her chicks. That's good to see. She's being a very good mother. From that first day to 3 days, just before they've hatched, they've absorbed the rest of the yolk sac into their bodies, and they're just using that basically for their nutrition. They don't really have to eat for those couple days. That's why shipping day-old chicks through the mail can work, because you don't need to have food or water for them because they're not eating already. So like their mother here was mailed to me when she was a day-old chick, so younger than these guys, and that seems to work. Anyway, that kind of gives them a buffer where the first ones hatch. They can stay huddled under mom and not need any food or anything till the rest of their siblings hatch, and then she gets up and they promptly start eating everything an adult chicken eats. She shows them how you eat food and how you sip water and how you scratch in the dirt and how you find a bug, and it's been pretty fascinating to watch, and she's very good at that, and they're very, very curious. And like many baby things, they will almost put anything in their mouth and say, oh, what happens if I peck at a wood chip? What happens if I peck at, the side of the board? What happens if I peck at the plastic edge of the crate that I hatched in, or whatever? But they're babies, they're experimenting, but they're eating and drinking just the same things as their mama. So I do have some chick crumbles in there, so they're a little finer. She definitely doesn't need layer feed right now. She's not laying eggs, and hi, beautiful. And she won't start laying eggs again for probably another 4 or 5 weeks until she thinks they're grown up and don't need her care anymore. And then she will go back to laying. So layer feed has a lot of extra calcium that little baby chicks do not need. So we're not giving them any of that, but I'm also still giving them the whole fermented grains, just like I do for all the chickens every morning. The sunflower seeds and millet and oats and all that stuff. And some of those are pretty big chunks. I wasn't sure if the chicks could handle them. I mostly put them in there for her. Lay down, baby. Good boy, lay down. But she seemed to be picking out individual pieces of that as well and showing it to them and helping them understand it was good. And I even put some of those freeze-dried mealworms in there, and I saw one of the little chicks grab a whole worm, which is huge compared to it right now, take off with it because it thought it was quite a treasure. It didn't want its little clutch mates there to have. So they're doing really well. I'm probably going to do this kind of chicken playpen setup here for another couple days. They're pretty hardy already. They're getting their wing feathers already, and the youngest one's only really 4 days old as of this morning. By the way, so far it has snowed every day of their lives, including the couple days they spent hatching, except for one. At least, part of the day it was snowing, sometimes raining, mostly snowing, including here in a sec when you'll watch the ducks walking, you can actually hear some thunder snow as you hear the thunder roll while it is snowing heavily. So they haven't exactly hatched into a warm, fuzzy world yet. Good thing they're tough Icelandic chickens. But then we're going to try introducing him to the rest of the flock. I will be here supervising, and we'll see how that goes. She, as you can see, is being a good protective mother, and so I think that will probably go well. I'm optimistic that our roosters will be good fathers and actually be protective of the chicks too, and none of the other hens will try to beat them up, but we will supervise and see how that goes. And yeah. So that is, I'm trying to think what other questions people ask. They are huddling under their mom every time they need warmth, so they don't have any kind of heat lamp. Of course, their mom didn't grow up under a heat lamp either, because she grew up under that fake chicken mama I built with the feathers and stuff. You can go find that video, and that seemed to work well for her, but they're even better. They have a real mama, so they don't need a fake mama. So anytime she thinks something's scary or it's cold or they need a nap, she still fluffs up her wings all big and fluffy, and they all hide underneath. And otherwise, they run around and bounce around and scratch around her and are very attentive to whatever she's teaching them. She has been a very good mother. A lot of chicken breeds at this point have had the broodiness or the mothering tendencies bred out of them because people don't want a chicken to quit laying eggs for the 3 weeks it wants to sit, and then for 4 or 5 weeks after that, because then you're not getting any eggs from that one the whole time. The rest of the chickens are still laying us plenty of eggs, but so a lot of commercial chicken farms, they will just kill any hen that goes broody and quits laying because it's not worth keeping. So a lot of, you're not going inside there, Velcro. A lot of chicken breeds have lost their tendency to be good mothers, and I've also heard of chickens. Even my sister just had one that sat for like 2 weeks on her eggs and then just got up and quit, which is not being a good mother. Or hens that will sometimes eat their own eggs or kill their chicks after they hatch, or just abandon them and not care about them, or all kinds of things. So she has truly been an excellent mother. She stayed there so dedicated for all 3 weeks till they hatched. She got off for her little 10-15 minute breaks every second or third day to go run around and grab some food and poop, and you guys saw those videos, and right back to her chicks. And yeah, she successfully raised all 10 eggs right to hatching day. We don't know what happened to the poor little 10th one, but she's got 9 healthy chicks in here with her. They must have decided it's cold now and they're back under mama. So again, we moved this little playpen area to different spots through the day. I tried to put it here where they had a patch of green grass to peck in, and partly on the kind of loose dirt, because she's been really enjoying dust bathing in that. So I wanted her to have a chance to do that and take good care of herself. She seems to be in fairly good condition. It can be pretty hard on a mother's body, of course, most mothers of most species, to raise babies. And can you, not put your butt right in the camera? I know, you don't know. Can you come here and lay down? Lay down. Oh, boy. With all that time of not eating enough and not drinking enough and not really taking care of herself. But she seems to be in fairly good condition. I think when she did eat, we had that good fermented green and mealworms and stuff for her, so she had a pretty nutritious diet for the little bit she did eat. And they're all cuddled up under her, being warm and cozy right now. So that's a little update on how they're doing. I have no idea. There are people who can, people ask about the genders. Are those little boys or little girls? I don't know. There are people who can vent sex chicks, which involves looking at their, basically at their bottom and being able to tell at day old whether they're a male or a female. That is a skill and not one I possess. I'm not even really trying to figure it out because they're all going to grow up here for a while, and sooner or later we'll be able to tell. So right now I have no clue of the 9, how many are boys or girls. They're just happy little chicks racing around with their mom and then sleeping under mom. So that's a chick update. It is really exciting to have the first generation of critters born here on the homestead. It's lovely to have a good dog like an English Shepherd that's a very protective, like I said, he's kind of motherly for a boy dog that just wants to take good care of all the baby things and cuddle with them and be sure they're all right. And we are keeping them safe from the cats who are sitting on top of the compost pile edge right over there watching, because yeah, they don't mess with the bigger chickens, but I'm not sure about the little tiny peeps. So that's a chick update, and it's just been so much fun to watch them do their thing and watch Blackie be a good mother. And we'll see. Oh, that was another question. Can you make a hen go broody? No, you can't. Either she decides in herself because of something in herself or her hormones or whatever that she wants to be a mother, or she doesn't, and you can't make her decide. Probably sooner or later, one or more of the other adult hens we have will decide to go broody, and that would be fun as well. Hey, you get out of there. Get out. She's going to chase you out. Okay. Really, you don't have to chase her out. I think Mama will take care of it. Yeah, you go leave the babies alone. Sooner or later, somebody like her is probably going to decide they want to hatch chicks too, so we might have some more. I would like to try, if Mrs. Quack doesn't decide she wants to sit on her own eggs, I would like to try putting a few duck eggs under another broody chicken, because I have heard of people successfully doing that. If a hen wants to sit on eggs, she will often sit on anything. They don't have to be her eggs. They could be her sister's eggs. They could be... I hear quail eggs don't work too well because they're so speckled, so chickens often think they look like food and end up pecking them out of curiosity. But I've heard of chickens successfully hatching duck eggs, turkey eggs, goose eggs, all kinds of things. So where we have so many more lady chickens than our one lady duck, if she doesn't decide she wants to raise some ducklings, we'll see if maybe one of these ladies will eventually. But that's our update on these little peeps right now, and it's kind of hard to get anything done some days because I'd rather just sit here and watch them. They're so cute. Hope you guys are enjoying this little series as well. And it's exciting to have 9 little fluffy feather balls bouncing around the property.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Come back next time for more adventures.
Thanks for watching.